Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Justin here. And as always, it's Monday, and this is what we did last night. So before I start this is what we did last night, because I just tried to make another video and I almost forgot to put in some of the most important information, which is a couple dates I want you to keep in mind coming up. So I've put this on Facebook page and I've sent out text to students, but what I want you to do is, if you're a parent or a student, we have been invited to a pool party this coming Sunday on the 21st. And I've sent students out and I've gotten some responses back, but I want to put this in the hands of the parents as well, that I need an answer by this evening, really, at the latest tomorrow morning. That if your student plans to come to this party, it's been very nice that we have the students' parents come in and invite us to their house and have a pool party and get some food and feed us and all that good stuff. So we want to be able to do that. But they're just looking for a head count to kind of give an idea. And so I want to make sure it works with everybody's schedules or majority of people's schedule. We don't want like two people showing up, give them a better idea. So anyway, send me a text, send me an email, send me something, get in touch with me and let me know, preferably by this evening, if you can come next Sunday between 5 and 7 to a pool party. If you can do that, then we're going to do it. All right. So hit me up about that. Second thing is, we were supposed to do Pokemon the other weekend at the church, and we couldn't because of just bad weather. We had the Pokemon Go thing. We're going to meet outside the walls of the church. It did not work. Weather was not cooperative, so we had to scratch that. So that's actually been rescheduled for August 28th. And what we're going to do is, because summer storms usually hit in the late afternoon here in North Carolina, we're going to try to do it right after church on that Sunday, the 28th. So what we'll end up doing is we'll leave here, we'll go get some lunch somewhere, and then we'll go downtown and we'll go Pokemon hunting for about 2 hours, just kind of hanging out around town, walking around Mitchell College. And then students will need to make plans to be picked up at 2 p.m. in front of Mitchell College. All right, so there's all that. Now, on to this is what we did last night. So last night, it was really nice. It was a little bit smaller group from the really big group we had the 2 weeks before, but still it was awesome. Maybe a little bit, it kind of helped do a little bit more of the conversation. Smaller groups tend to provide better conversation. So a couple of our volunteers were here. My wife was here. Kim Allen was here. It was great. And then we had about 8 or 9 students that were here. So it was a good amount. And so in that time, we came and we met. Lauren and I picked up some Krispy Kreme donuts on the way here. So we had 2 big boxes of those. So got everybody really sugary. We had some ice cream left over. So people got really creative with ice cream and donuts. That possibility was there. So we hung out there. Some students went into the game room and just spent some time, just kind of just messing around, playing ping pong. Maybe they've been watching the Olympics and ping pong's on it. They got kind of excited about that. They were playing ping pong for a little bit. And then we got our time together and we played 2 games before we did our lesson. The first game, most of the students had played, it was called 2 Truths and a Lie. And we broke it into teams, and the student had to get up in front of everyone and tell 2 truths and 1 lie, and we had to figure out what the lie was. And so the teams kind of had to decipher that, and it was kind of hard because we had some brothers and sisters on opposing teams, and that always makes it difficult. So we made them set out for those rounds. All right. After that, we played a game called Better Than You, and it's kind of based off the idea that if you have that one friend and you're telling a story, they always try to one-up your story. So it's a game we took from that concept, and what we did is that we made a list of 10 things, kept the same teams that we had before, and what we made them do is they had to compete one-on-one. The best person from that group had to step forward to the best person in the other group and see who had the stinkiest sock, or who had the longest tongue, or the longest fingernail, or who could belch the loudest. And it was actually a girl who won the competition. I won't say her name, but she won the competition. So it was really cool. So we did that. And then afterwards, we got into our lesson. We finished up our John Acuff series on identity, and now we're moving into more of a conversation and videos dealing with peer pressure. And it was really well received. I think I didn't feel like I was having to kind of pull teeth initially to get conversation going. Students obviously knew what peer pressure was. You mentioned that it comes from grades and from maybe those that play sports worrying about college, and some of that stuff they feel it comes from home, it comes from friends, and I think a lot of it we saw that it started being revealed that we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. So no matter how or what side of the coin you come down on the side of the fence you come down on, and kids and 12 and 13-year-olds having anxiety and peer pressure issues, man, it's real, it's there, and we need to talk about it. So that's what we did, and it was great. Students got out and we had a really good time, and so that was last night. So until next time, this is what we did last night, and I will see you guys soon.